RHOC Shannon Beador gives Season 19 ultimatum. RHOC star Shannon Beador is giving an ultimatum if she were to return for Season 19. Though she has yet to be asked back for another season, and the show has not even been renewed, she is setting boundaries. So, are they? Keep reading for more details. Since Season 9 of RHOC, Shannon Beador has been a force to be reckoned with. She was a drinker with marital problems and often overreacted at the most interesting times. There would be dinner parties where she would cause a scene. One time, Heather Dubrow questioned if she was having a psychotic break. Yet she preached a love of organic living and crystals everywhere. During her time on the show, Shannon dealt with infidelity, a divorce, weight gain and loss, a new relationship, and a DUI. She has gained and lost friends, been called an alcoholic, and raised her 3 daughters. However, Season 18 was undoubtedly the hardest. She had come off of her DUI arrest and was no longer friends with Tamra Judge. Furthermore, Shannon and her longtime boyfriend, John Jansen, had officially ended their romance. He was now dating show alum, Alexis Bellino, and they were very public after he long maintained he liked his privacy. Rhobh brought back Alexis to film for Season 18, and during this time, John sued Shannon for $75,000. It was a lot for Shannon to handle, and the fans were behind her. Yet, at the end of it all, she may not be returning. According to People, Shannon Beador is essentially giving Bravo an ultimatum if they want her back for Season 19. She will not film with certain housewives, and that was the demise of RHONJ. Shannon had this to say: "It depends on who I would be on the season with. And I'm not saying that in a threatening way. I experienced some time with people that were very unhealthy for me to be around." All she says is not threatening. She is also saying she is done if certain people do come back, so it is teetering the line. She went on to add, "That's important in my life right now, to make healthy choices and to separate myself from toxic situations." In the RHOC Season 18 finale, the ladies gathered to celebrate Jennifer Pedrante's engagement. It was noted Shannon Beador and Tamra Judge had not spoken since they returned from London. That caused Shannon to storm away, and she said she was done. She then found Katie Janela's husband, Matt, in the corner. Shannon told him she was done, and he tried to be consoling. She flipped on him, which led fans to turn on Shannon. It did not stop there. Fans were over Shannon constantly walking out and running away when things did not go her way. So maybe it is time for her to hang up her hat. In the end, Shannon just hopes viewers enjoyed the season. But really what matters is what I think. I hope they enjoy the show. I hope that people say, okay, she's working on herself, so good for her. But I don't need pats on the back. I don't need sympathy. Do you think it is time for Shannon to leave? Let us know and watch RHOC Thursdays on Bravo. Amanda has been a professional freelance writer for over a decade, holding both a BA and an MA. Her passions include animals, iced coffee, gnomes, summer, music, and Vanderpump Rules. RHOC's Shannon Beador gives Season 19 ultimatum. A bold move for change. The Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC, has never been short on drama. But in Season 19, one of its longest-standing cast members, Shannon Beador, is playing her cards in a new way. This season, Beador's storyline has shifted from the usual relationship drama to a decisive, audacious move. She's giving the show an ultimatum. Known for her candid personality and vulnerability on screen, Shannon is taking a bold step in her journey to reshape her life, not just in her personal relationships, but also in how she appears on national television. Shannon Beador's evolution on RHOC. Shannon Beador has been a fixture of RHOC since Season 9, and over the years, viewers have witnessed her ups and downs in both her personal life and with her fellow housewives. From navigating the public fallout of her divorce from ex-husband David Beador to her dating life and evolving friendships within the group, Shannon has often been at the center of the show's storylines. Her vulnerability and raw emotion have endeared her to fans, and she has become a favorite for her relatability and commitment to being herself. However, despite her success as a reality TV personality, Shannon's relationship with the show has often been complicated. As her life continues to evolve off-screen, so too does her role within the RHOC franchise. Fans have watched her struggle with feeling misunderstood by her co-stars, particularly when it comes to navigating conflict. While she has often been the peacemaker and the emotional one of the group, Season 19 marks a shift. Shannon has reached a crossroads, and she's ready to take control of her narrative. This season, Shannon Beador has given RHOC an ultimatum. Either the show supports her evolving narrative or she's walking away. It's a decision that feels momentous, not just for Beador, but for the future of the entire franchise. RHOC has had its fair share of cast shakeups, with longtime stars like Vicky Gunvalson and Tamra Judge leaving the series before returning, and others like Kelly Dodd, Megan King, and Heather Dubrow going in and out of the mix. But Shannon's ultimatum is unique in that it speaks not only to her future on the show, but also to how RHOC itself must evolve in order to stay relevant in an increasingly complex reality TV landscape. Shannon's demand isn't a simple "I want more screen time" or "I need better storylines" request. She's asking for a show that aligns with her current values and growth as an individual. Over the past few years, Shannon has embraced a much more self-reflective and balanced approach to life, focusing on her mental health, fitness, and personal growth. She's gone through therapy, worked on herself emotionally, and even participated in mindfulness practices. This evolution has made her realize that the over-the-top drama and back-and-forth bickering that RHOC often thrives on may no longer align with where she is in her personal life. The question now becomes, will the show evolve with her, or will she be forced to leave it behind? It's a tension that builds over the course of the season, adding a layer of suspense and anticipation for both Shannon's journey and the future direction of the show. A call for authenticity. The ultimatum that Shannon Beador presents to RHOC reflects a broader cultural shift happening not just in reality television, but in media as a whole. Fans have become increasingly disillusioned with reality TV that feels manufactured or overly scripted. They want more authenticity and realness, and Shannon's decision to demand this change reflects her desire to stay true to herself. Even in the often synthetic world of reality TV for years, fans have critiqued RHOC for leaning too heavily into the same old formula: extravagant parties, explosive arguments, and hyperbolic storylines. While this makes for great television in the short term, it can often feel disconnected from the realities of life for many viewers. Shannon, as a more down-to-earth character, wants to challenge this formula and bring a more genuine, reflective, and ultimately empowering version of reality TV to the table. In her confessional interviews, Shannon has been very clear about her feelings. "I'm done with playing a role," she says in one episode. "I'm here to tell my story, and if that doesn't align with what the network wants from me, then it's time to move on." Her frustration is not just with the producers or the expectations placed on her by the network, but also with how the other women on the show interact with her. Throughout the season, there's an underlying theme of Shannon feeling out of place. The antics of her co-stars sometimes seem at odds with her values and lifestyle, which has led to tense moments. Her desire to see her journey reflected on the show, not as a side note or a plot point for others' drama, is a major part of the ultimatum she's giving. The impact on the cast. This ultimatum doesn't just affect Shannon, it has ripple effects across the entire cast. It forces the women to confront the idea that RHOC may need to evolve beyond its legacy of shouting matches and over-the-top confrontations. The other housewives are left grappling with how they will fit into this new version of the show. For many of the women, Shannon's ultimatum is a wake-up call. Some, like Heather Dubrow, have been outspoken about their desire to steer the show in a more sophisticated direction. Heather has repeatedly hinted at her dissatisfaction with the more juvenile elements of the series, particularly as the focus on drama and conflict escalates. For her, Shannon's bold stand aligns with the direction she's been advocating for, a shift away from petty feuds toward deeper, more authentic storytelling. On the other hand, there are those who thrive on the chaos, like Tamra Judge, who has built her RHOC persona around stirring the pot and instigating drama. Tamra has long been one of Shannon's most prominent antagonists, and her response to Shannon's ultimatum is one of skepticism. "Shannon's not going to walk away from RHOC," Tamra says in one episode. "She loves this show too much. She's just trying to get attention." Whether or not that's true remains to be seen, but it adds an interesting layer to the unfolding drama. The tension between the women comes to a head as Shannon's ultimatum becomes a focal point of the season. At one dinner party, Shannon, in a tearful moment of reflection, tells the group, "I'm not going to sit here and pretend anymore. I'm not going to allow myself to be dragged through the mud. I'm not doing it." This declaration sets off a chain reaction among the cast members, with some expressing support for Shannon's decision, while others voice doubts about whether the show can truly change in the way she's asking. A shift in reality TV. Shannon's ultimatum is a reflection of a larger trend in reality television. As audiences grow more savvy and discerning, they are demanding more nuanced, authentic portrayals of real-life experiences. Shows like the Real Housewives franchise, which began as a guilty pleasure filled with high drama and fabulous lifestyles, are now under increased pressure to evolve and reflect more of the complexities of the human experience. In many ways, Shannon Beador's stand is a pivotal moment for RHOC. If the show listens to her, it could signal a new era for the Real Housewives franchise as a whole, where the focus shifts from mindless bickering to real, relatable moments of personal growth and transformation. Shannon's story could set the tone for other women on the show to embrace their vulnerabilities and share their true selves, rather than playing up to expectations. At the same time, if the show doesn't evolve with her, it could spell the end of Shannon's time on RHOC. Given her popularity with fans and her integral role in the series, her departure would be a seismic shift for the franchise, but it might also set her free to pursue other projects that align more closely with her personal values. Conclusion. Shannon Beador's ultimatum in Season 19 of The Real Housewives of Orange County is much more than just a dramatic twist. It's a reflection of how the reality TV landscape is changing. As audiences demand more authenticity and less contrived drama, Shannon's stand for her own narrative is a bold move toward that shift. Whether or not the show can adapt to her vision will determine not only her future on RHOC, but also the future direction of the entire franchise. In the end, Shannon's ultimatum is a defining moment for her character and the show itself. It asks the question, what does RHOC want to be in the future? Is it a place for high-stakes drama, or will it evolve into a platform for genuine storytelling and personal growth? Shannon Beador, for better or worse, is forcing the show and its audience to confront that question head-on.